Hello again. So Jake and myself wanted to share how we really stayed motivated to accomplish our debt-free goal and how we stayed focused. Dave Ramsey actually has a course called Financial Peace University, which neither of us took, but my brother John did. And he also has a book called The Total Money Makeover. And this is backwards, and I realize that now. And neither of us read this book either, to be totally honest with you, but we have been told it's very helpful in outlining the baby steps and helping people get started and get motivated. I started watching YouTube videos after I added up all of my student loan debt and almost wanted to cry. And when Jake was out of town, I sent him those same YouTube videos, hoping that he would be receptive to watching them, as Dave Ramsey is pretty evangelical and can be a little bit overwhelming if you're not used to that kind of speaking, I guess. All of his baby steps and all of his financial advice is really biblically based. He references different quotes in the Bible several times as to reasons why to manage your money and how to kind of stay focused and what his general principles are.
While we didn't take his course or read his book, we did listen to a lot of his radio show, his podcast, and the YouTube video, which are pretty much all the same thing. It's a syndicated radio show, goes up on YouTube, you can watch it, or if you listen to podcasts with your iPhone or Android, you can stream his podcast as well. And they're really helpful. They answer a lot of questions, that you might have. Somebody else has that question, they call in and they ask it, and at this point, I have no questions at this point of what to do with money. So everything's been answered for me.
Right, and according to how Dave does it anyway.
Right.
We can kind of anticipate what his response would be if we do have a question that comes up. So listening to him work through other people's problems has been really helpful for us. He is a very motivational speaker. He's very entertaining to me to listen to and to watch. He's very enthusiastic. And the other thing that he has on his podcast and on his YouTube videos are other people's debt-free screams. So when people are out of debt, they can go to his headquarters in Tennessee, and they can share, just like we are, about where they started, how they got through their debt, and just talk about their journey overall. And then they get to have this big celebration of being out of debt and kind of screaming with Dave Ramsey over the radio. Yep. And that's exciting too, because you hear other people that are in very similar situations to you accomplishing their goals, in addition to the fact that we knew someone personally who did it. So it's very motivating for us.
Yeah, and in the 2.5 years of listening to him, he's never not had an answer for someone. Mm-hmm. Someone could be, $500,000 in debt, making $10,000 a year, and he can find that glimmer of hope to get them in the right direction. And so, at no point has he ever hung up on a caller, nothing like that. He always has an answer and always has a pathway to get in better shape, which is really exciting, when you're going through it. Mm-hmm. So, but going forward, once we're now out of debt, it's, what do you do now? And baby steps 3 through 7 are, hopefully don't take nearly as long as 2. 2 is the hard one to get through, and, we're there. But 3 is to save 3 to 6 months of expenses. So you really get a good savings in there. If somebody loses a job, if, you have a real big emergency, you don't have to go into debt to fix it. You can have a new furnace put in, you have that, in cash and savings that you can easily access. And then baby step 4 is you invest for your retirement, which is 15% of your income, which is a lot. But when you don't have any debt to pay,
right,
your money goes in a lot longer ways. So 15% in your 401k, IRA, that kind of stuff.
So you can make your money work for you.
Right. And then baby step 5 is if you plan on having children, you start a college savings account so that your children don't have to suffer the way you had to suffer by going through these baby steps, hopefully. Right. And then baby step 6 is you attack the house, you get the house paid off. And then baby step 7 is you live and give like no one else.
Yeah, and what a blessing it's going to be when we reach that point, because we will, we're going to continue to stay focused, and, just the opportunity that we will have, even now, just not having the debts that we did. I mean, not having the $115,000 kind of hanging over our head anymore. It's gone. We're never going back to it. We're never going to do it again. I mean, the possibilities are endless in terms of giving to other people and showing our love for our community and people around us, and then just how we can live our own lives too.
Dave always says the first vacation you take paying cash and not going into debt for it is more enjoyable than any vacation you had before. So we really look forward to that. So
we do. Yep. So we are always excited and eager and willing to talk to anyone about our experience and our debt-free journey, because we've just kind of gotten obsessed with it at this point. But certainly, you know, we welcome anyone to reach out to us with any other further questions about anything, as we love to talk.
Hopefully this helps, you know, even helps one person. It was worth doing it. So,
All right, thanks.
Thanks.